India gifted an active warship, INS Kirpan, to Vietnam, marking the first instance of such a gesture from India to any nation. INS Kirpan is the third indigenously built Khukri-class missile corvette, currently in active service in the Indian Navy. The decision to gift the Kirpan corvette to Vietnam carries substantial geopolitical implications, especially given China's persistent assertion of sovereignty over the entirety of the South China Sea and the presence of foreign militaries in the region. While India has previously provided smaller vessels and military equipment to countries like Maldives, Mauritius, and even a submarine to Myanmar, the gifting of a corvette to Vietnam holds immense significance, especially since it's the first instance of India gifting a warship to a Chinese neighbor with a coastline on the South China Sea, an area rife with overlapping territorial claims among several countries. The handover ceremony for the warship was held at the naval dockyard in Visakhapatnam, India. The ceremony was attended by the chiefs of the Indian and Vietnamese navies, as well as other senior officials from both countries. The Vietnamese Navy chief, Admiral Ngo Van Phat, said that the warship was a precious gift from India. He added that the warship would play an important role in helping Vietnam to protect its sovereignty and maritime interests. The gifting of the warship to Vietnam is important in terms of India's geopolitical standpoint for a number of reasons. First, it demonstrates India's commitment to its Act East policy, which seeks to strengthen India's ties with countries in Southeast Asia. Vietnam is a key partner in this policy, and the warship gift is a sign of India's desire to deepen its cooperation with Vietnam in the maritime domain. Second, the warship gift is seen as a counter to China's growing military presence in the South China Sea. China has been asserting its claims to the South China Sea, and India is concerned about the implications of this for its own maritime interests in the region. The warship gift to Vietnam is a way for India to show its support for Vietnam, and to deter China from further militarizing the South China Sea. China could potentially counter India's gifting of a warship to Vietnam in a number of ways. Increase its military presence in the South China Sea. China could send more warships and aircraft to the South China Sea, or it could conduct more military exercises in the region. This would be a way for China to show its strength and deter India from further cooperation with Vietnam. Provide economic aid to Vietnam. China could offer Vietnam economic incentives, such as preferential trade deals or investment opportunities. This would be a way for China to try to win over Vietnam's support and undermine its relationship with India. It is important to note that China is unlikely to take any of these actions immediately. China will likely wait and see how India and Vietnam respond to the gifting of the warship before it decides on its next move. However, China is likely to be concerned about the implications of the gifting of the warship, and it is possible that it could take some kind of action in the future. This India's move could be a game-changer in the geopolitical landscape of the South China Sea and beyond. Only time will tell how this will play out in the long-term relations among India, Vietnam, and China. For more updates on this and other geopolitical events, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.